Hey guys, I am back again with a bunch of new makeup to try. So we are doing a full face of new makeup today. This will mostly be high-end products. I think I might include a couple drugstore things, we'll see. And then I do have one that I want to film probably pretty soon with a bunch of drugstore. I'm really trying to catch up on all these new releases. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the eyes first because we're going to be doing some fun, colorful shadow today. I have a newer launch from Adept. If you guys are familiar, they are an indie brand. You guys may know the Heather Austin Adept palette. I love their formulas. So they came out with a new palette. It did sell out, but it has been restocked. So hopefully it's in stock as you guys are watching. So this one is called, on the website, it's just called Arrow Inspired Palette. I think based on the Arrow show, which I haven't seen. I think my husband has watched this one, but honestly, I wanted this for the colors inside. Oh my goodness, like look at these shades. So beautiful. Adept has some of my favorite shimmers, so I'm really excited to play with this. And I'm so happy that there's a whole row of mattes in this palette because Adept is usually very shimmer heavy. So we're gonna play with this today. Let's get it on the eyes. So let's do a little priming here with the NARS smudge proof base. I know I have an annoying acne spot in literally the middle of my brows here, but try to ignore it. We'll cover it up soon with concealer. I want to go ahead and use this mint in the crease. This is called Hannibal Bates. Oh wow. This is a nice pastel. It's a little bit powdery, but it actually does have some good pigment to it. Next up, I'm going to use this teal in the outer corner. This one is Edward Rasmus. This must be all like character names because I am not familiar. Really nice pigmented color. For my lower lash line, I'm going to go in with this lime green. This is Martin Summers. It's going on a little bit light, so what I'm going to do is dip it back in and then spray some setting spray on it. And that should make it a little more pigmented. But sometimes I always kind of struggle with using colorful shadows on the lower lash line, but this always helps keeping it more kind of concentrated so then it doesn't get too messy. There is some really fun duochromes in here. Let's try this Manticora color in the middle. It is like kind of a green with almost a black background, and I'm just gonna place this right in the middle. Now with these, it's nice because they're really glittery and shimmery, but with Adept's formula, they're also very creamy, so you really don't need a glitter glue or anything like that, but just like that is so intense, and that is what I love from a shimmer. And for a little more precise application in the inner corner, I'm just wetting this brush, and I'm going to use this fun shade. This is a little more icy bluish, but I think it's so pretty. This is Isabelle Rochev. I really shouldn't even name these because I have no clue what I'm talking about, but oh my god, it's like a blue, light blue, sky blue base with some gold and pink shimmer to it. It is literally so stunning. I kind of love this shade a lot, so I'm dipping my finger in and I'm going to spread this along the entire eye just to get everything nice and uniform together. That is just stunning. I am never unimpressed with Adept's palettes. Wow. I'm adding just a bit of that neon yellow, mixing that in the crease too to brighten that up just a tad. Alright, I just cleaned up the bottom with a little makeup wipe real quick. Now we're going to move on to a face. So I pulled out this bad boy. I haven't used this in a minute. This is the Glowish Blur Jam Primer. And I'm using a powder foundation today, so that's why I'm trying this again because it is a bit more hydrating. It has that like smoothing, like silicone feel to the skin, and it literally just feels a little more like wet and cooling when you put it on. So I'm just gonna make sure I press this into the face. So for foundation, I have a brand new one. Just picked this up at Sephora. This is the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Matte Velvet Powder. Now, they did kind of reformulate this, I guess. They've been doing that a lot with some of their older formulas, which is probably a smart thing since it has been quite a while since this was trending, and kind of reformulating and changing and tweaking little things can kind of get these products trending again. So I'm really excited to try this one. Now, I don't wear a lot of powder foundations. Surprisingly, even with oily skin, I just always prefer the look, I feel like, of liquid, because I feel like I can usually get more coverage. But we're gonna try this out. I hope I got a good shade. I picked 1 in 14, which was described as like a beige, and I know I have more beigey undertones. This foundation retails for $43, and it's supposed to be a matte finish, long wearing, provide full coverage, and waterproof. It says it's best for oily combo and normal skin, which I do have oily. Now, this does come with a sponge that you can apply it with, but I just prefer a brush. So typically with a powder, I will use a firmer brush like this, so nothing too fluffy. This has a firm flat top. This is from BK Beauty. It's their 105 brush, so you can get more coverage with it this way. And I'm just gonna swirl in to the powder and just start applying it onto the skin. And I do kind of like to buff it in, do some swirling motions. But I mean, powder foundation is nice when you're in a hurry, because I feel like it applies like so fast, and it usually blends pretty well. So applying it with this brush, I'm not getting a full coverage effect. Let me just try the sponge for fun. I know with these, sometimes it's more concentrated, but I just feel like it takes so long if you're using this. But you will get more coverage, like, because you see how you can just cover that spot right up using the sponge. But yeah, it definitely covers a little bit better this way. You can always get some little foam applicators on Amazon, but this one does come with one. It's just kind of hard to keep these clean, but I think if I just wash it with some regular makeup soap and water, it should be good. But I would say we did get some good coverage here. I'm not gonna say it's absolutely full coverage, because you could still see these spots here, and with a typical like full coverage foundations, usually those would be covered. It's not like a skin finish, it's definitely a matte finish. So I don't think dry skin definitely is not gonna like this. We'll see how it wears, but that is how it looks on the face. I'm definitely gonna have to add a little concealer to some spots though. I am gonna use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh. This is just a go-to nice hydrating one, and I'm gonna correct some of these spots. We're gonna conceal our under eyes a bit. So just blending this in, cleaning up those lines here. I'm gonna lock this in a little bit with some setting spray. Setting spray is always nice to layer. Sometimes people start with it, they'll do it in the middle, and they also finish with it. So you can always throw this in whenever you need a little refresh. And then once that kind of dries down, I'll just do a little bit more powder over everything just to lock it all in. I'm just gonna use whatever's left on my brush. I'm not even gonna dip in anymore, and just set everything down. I feel like everything looks very smooth. It does look blurred, and it doesn't look dry at all for me. Now, if you know me, you know I always go in with white eyeliner when I'm doing really colorful looks. I just like that area to be bright. Okay, lashes. I am actually going to do a half lash today. So excited about this. This is a fun collab with BK Beauty and Risa Does Makeup. She came out with a bunch of lashes, and I know we're a little more dramatic on the eyes, so I honestly could do a dramatic lash, but to be honest, I have a meeting with my tax person in a couple hours, and I don't want to be too over the top there. So we're going to try this half lash and see how it looks with everything. And these will just pop right on the very end, so they're very easy to do. And they're not gonna like constantly bother you throughout the day, and you won't really feel them at all, since it is just enhancing that very end part where it just kind of wisps out a bit. And then we'll just kind of blend our mascara in again. Okay, I'm gonna do my brows real quick using the Give brow pencil and my Lawless brow gel. All right, for our contour, I'm actually going to use a cream, so we'll really see how this kind of wears with the powder foundation. But if you guys didn't see my shorts I did on this, we are testing out the new Tower 28 Sculptino. This is their new cream contour. So they do have cream bronzers out that are super shimmery called the Bronzinos. This is more contour, more neutral undertones, and I honestly, if you guys, and honestly I'm kind of obsessed with these, but I definitely need to try it a little bit more. But first impression was amazing, but we're gonna try it again. I absolutely love this color too. This is in Getty. It's just, this is the easiest cream contour I have ever used. I know I like the Rare Beauty one as well, but I don't know, you guys. This is really nice. I feel like this has better undertones. And I would use this as a bronzer or a contour. I feel like since it's neutral, you can do either way. But their Bronzinos that they came out with were like so not for me. They were just like pure shimmer and it just did not look good on my skin. These are perfection. Okay, I've been wanting to use this NARS palette. We'll see if it'll look okay with this eye look. I think there is a nice like peach we can use. So this is from their Orgasm new line. I also have talked about their palette in like my last vlog, San Francisco vlog, but they also came out with this cheek palette. And I don't know, usually I don't always buy NARS's stuff because I feel like they do release a lot of the similar like same things over and over, but the nice thing about NARS is I get a really good discount on their stuff, so I am more tempted to buy it since they offer pro artist discounts. I'm not an actual makeup artist, but I do have my cosmetologist license, which counts for that because you do have makeup training in Cosmo School, so I am able to get discounts on certain websites like MAC has it, Tarte, and then NARS has a really good one, so I usually take advantage. But we are gonna go in with this more peachy shimmer here. This is Orgasm, but that doesn't look like their regular Orgasm. Is it? Maybe it is. Okay, we're gonna use NARS Orgasm, I guess. NARS blushes, the thing with them is they're pretty natural, so you do have to build up quite a bit in there if you guys want more payoff, but they do blend quite nice. The color is very pretty. It's not overly luminous, but it's just enough where I don't think I'll have to wear a highlighter today. I might mix in a little bit of this one too. Let's see. This is Orgasm Rush. Let's do a little bit of that. It just adds a little bit more rusty color in there. But nice formula. I just know they do these like all the time. I am gonna, again, take my powder foundation brush and just tap over that and the bronzer just to set everything down. Okay, next up, I'm gonna be trying a new Hourglass lipstick, but I need a lip liner. Let me try this High Def Honey color from Buxom. I am gonna go in with a lipstick as well. So Hourglass came out with some new lipsticks. I'm so excited to try them. I feel like most Hourglass things I always just really enjoy. I know they're more high-end, but there's not a ton of products from them that don't work for me. They just really nail it for me. So let's try this out. I got the shade Tide. It has the cute logo on the bottom, and then it's just a plain gold packaging. And then this is the lip color. Ooh, this is a perfect combo. I love this with this lip liner. I always like to wear more peachy or brown lip colors with green. Okay, here's how our makeup is looking. So far, everything looks really good. I feel like I don't really have anything that I was like, yikes, that's a disappointment. I do like to do wear tests with my stuff, so I'm gonna wear this for quite a while. I like to do at least 6 to 8 hours, and then I'll come back and show you guys how everything looks. So I will see you guys towards the end of the day. Okay guys, I am back. I have had this makeup on for 8 hours now. I feel like it still looks pretty good. Definitely a little bit shiny, which is to be expected. I feel like if you do get up close and personal, you can kind of see where the foundation is really wearing down. Definitely the tip of my nose here, a little bit cakey looking here on the bridge, and then where I concealed that acne is looking a little bit cakey, and it's starting to just really break up in my T-zone area. Now, the plus side with having a powder is it makes it really easy for touch-up. So let's just take a little brush here and just kind of touch up those areas and mattify just a bit and see if that does help. I think that definitely looks better, and it kind of helps smooth things out even more for the parts that are wearing off. And typically I probably would carry this with me throughout the day to touch up, but it does help smooth things a bit. I think overall I would have liked to see it hold up a little bit better, but I don't mind, I guess, touching up. I wouldn't say I'm in love yet, but I also am not going to completely write it off. So we're kind of in between on that one. I do like how my skin looks now after touching the face up a little bit and controlling some of that oil. Eyeshadow is still looking really good. The color is all there. I have like just a little bit of a creasing spot here in the middle where my eye kind of folds, but the color's still there. It's just the shimmer is kind of gone. It doesn't look weird or anything like that, I feel like, unless you get like really close, and I have to like actually close my eyes to see that. The lashes have stayed on all day. I'm loving these little half lashes. They're so just easy on the eyes. Like I could just wear these all day, every day. Easy to apply. You can't even feel them, and they just look so natural on the eyes, so I'm really loving those. Our cream bronzer has still lasted today. Again, I really love this formula. It's so easy to use. It's definitely becoming one of my all-time favorite cream, like I guess it's technically a contour formulas. Amazing. So this is definitely a huge winner for me. I also feel like the blush also has held up well today. Really gorgeous. I loved kind of mixing these two shades, but with NARS, they do come out with very similar palettes pretty much every collection. So it's like sometimes if you have one, you kind of have them all, but I hadn't had a new NARS palette in a while, so that's why I decided to get this one. And I do like how these do give a little bit of shimmer to the face, but it's not overdoing it. So it's kind of a really nice blended mixture, and I felt like it was easy to apply. It wasn't overly pigmented, and they are buildable. So I really like this palette too. This is the Foreplay Blush Quad. Some really nice shades in there, plus you do get a little highlighter. And then our lipstick as well. Let me just go ahead and reapply this because it's pretty much worn off, as can be expected from a cream lipstick, but I think this is an excellent formula. Really smooth on the lips, pigmented, creamy. It really feels so luxurious, which I do expect from Hourglass with their price tag. Again, this one is in Tide 302. I think that's everything. I don't know why I feel like that wasn't a lot of products that we tried out. Oh, I also want to try this Makeup Forever powder with a different primer, because I've said before I'm not always a huge fan of the Huda Glowish one that we tried today because it gets greasy on me. So I kind of want to try this maybe with my Hourglass primer. That's more of my go-to, and see if that makes a difference. If it does, I will let you guys know for sure. But overall, I feel like most of the products did perform well. We came up with a really nice look today. There wasn't anything that struck me as like really bad. I would say probably my favorites of the day. I have so many like top favorites. My top favorites, definitely the Adept Aero palette. Just absolutely beautiful formula. I do have a code with them now, which is so exciting. You can use the code LEAHJANAE to save on these. I'm so excited to have a code because this brand is seriously becoming one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. I'm a shimmer lover. Of course, the Tower 28 Sculptino, especially the shade Getty, such a good formula. And also this Hourglass lipstick, I can definitely see this being a real top hit for me. I can see this becoming like my everyday nude. Lots of great gems in today's video. As always, I'll have the products linked and also tagged in the video. YouTube has a fun new feature on my channel where you can shop the products. There should be like a view products little button here, and it will pull up what I have on. I can only link a couple stores right now, like Ulta. I'm hoping maybe they'll get Sephora eventually. So if any of this stuff is available on Ulta, it will be linked there too. But I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these things. What are your thoughts? And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.